It's freaking Star Wars, baby!
Damn right it is, and guess what? We are only 5 days away from the release of the first 2 episodes of the AHSOKA Tano series, and I couldn't be more excited. As you guys could probably tell from all my last videos, it's going to be good. I think it will, at least, judging off the trailers. And the reviews are in from the people who got to watch the first 2 episodes early. They got to watch it last night or yesterday or whatever time it is in your time zone. And the reviews are mixed. Well, sort of mixed, I guess. There are some positive reviews that say this is a Star Wars Rebels Season 5 through and through, that Star Wars fans are going to be excited. If you love the Star Wars Rebels, then you're going to love Ahsoka. Then there are others who say it's garbage. It's trash. Yeah, not too many of those, though. Okay, maybe they didn't say it's garbage or trash, but they did say things like the performances are wooden, that Rosario Dawson doesn't quite pull off the Ahsoka character, but that it is Sabine Wren who stands out. Okay, that's a mixed review. I like it. You know, given some positives, given some negatives, I like it. And that, my friends, is what we call critiquing and not criticizing. So there is a difference between criticizing a Star Wars project and critiquing a Star Wars project, for those of you who don't know. But before I continue, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, me. Yeah, I pay for the stuff around here. I buy all the equipment and everything in the film editing stuff and whatnot. So I am the sponsor.
If you're new here or just haven't committed, hit the subscribe button. Doing so will ensure you never staple your face to a 2x4 or give yourself a self-inflicted wedgie. Subscribing to my channel will also make you a better person, and it will bring forth those whom you are attracted to. They will bask in your glory and write poems about you that will last 1,000 years. If you don't subscribe, may you be blessed with 1,000 daughters. And those who have subscribed, may you be showered with beer by the gods and goddesses. Yeah, beer. Greek gods and goddesses, not those cheap Roman knockoffs.
Yeah, and I know it gets old listening to these please subscribe comments all the time in about every YouTube video you watch, but the YouTube algorithm doesn't like it when you don't ask for it. So it's kind of a necessity. So subscribe or don't. Okay, let's get back to it. Okay, let's put it in real world terms. Let's say someone's constantly pointing out the negatives in you. Oh, I hate it when you do this. I hate it when you do that. You do this so much. Oh, you snore, you breathe loud, you chew with your mouth open or whatever. How does that make you feel? Doesn't make you feel like changing anything. It makes you feel worthless, useless, not really worthy of the affection of your partner. But if someone said, okay, I love it when you bring me roses. I love it when you're home, when I get home from work, but I hate it when you leave your underwear under your pillow. Okay, that's a critique. They're pointing out positives and negatives. Let's say you go into an art class, and most of you probably took an art class of some form, whether it be visual art, writing art, music art, whatever. The teacher is going to say, okay, let's critique this work. No one ever says, let's criticize this work, because all you're going to do is point out the negatives, and that's not the way you learn. That's not the way you grow as an artist. People don't want to hear constant negativity. It makes you want to stop and give up and completely quit. And that's what's going to happen with Star Wars. Constant criticism is going to make it stop. Look at George Lucas. He did it. He quit. Constant criticism. Now, that's not to say that negatives don't need to be in reviews. They do. That's the way we help art grow. Also, positives help art grow. You talk about the Ahsoka series, talk about, okay, I like this part of it, but I didn't like this part. That's critiquing. But if you're constantly like, man, this sucks, this is stupid, this is trash, this is garbage, this is dumpster fire, blah, 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 blah. Grab me my pee bottle. All right. That's not going to help anything. That's not going to help them make better Star Wars content. It's going to make them stop making Star Wars content. And what happens if Disney does stop making Star Wars content? Who's going to make it then? They own the IP. You think they're just going to sell it? They have a whole land in Disney World, Disneyland, and over in Europe that has Star Wars in it. They're not going to waste all that money and throw it away. But me, I'm excited for the Ahsoka series to premiere. Why? Because it's got 2 of my favorite characters in it. AHSOKA Tano, who is my favorite light side character, and Grand Admiral Thrawn, who is my favorite Imperial officer. How could you go wrong with two characters like this? They've had so much character development and so much going on with them. There's books about them. There's shows about them. There's all this stuff building up to it. So this could be the defining moment in Star Wars, at least for me. I'm not going to go into it, say, oh, it's going to be great, 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 great. I've said it a couple times, but, it's going to be great to see them on screen, but who knows how the story's going to pan out. And I'm ready for it either way. But I am going to tell you that I am going into this series with a 4.5-year-old mindset. Yeah. Not because I need to dumb it down for Star Wars, but because I was 4.5 years old when I got into Star Wars in 1977. When I was 4.5 years old, it was great. There was nothing wrong with it. It was perfect. Why? Because I was 4.5. If I went into it as an adult now, who knows if I would have really actually got into Star Wars. I know some of you say you did get into Star Wars as an adult, and that's amazing. I'm so happy for you. And I'm not saying I wouldn't get into Star Wars. I'm just saying who knows? Who knows what my mindset would have been if I'd have went into it at this age. I can't get into The Expanse. A lot of people can. Sorry, it's just not for me. Now, some viewers of mine have told me, look at the negatives we have said, that Ahsoka's head tails need to be longer, or her laku. And now they are longer than they were in The Mandalorian Season 2 and the Book of Boba Fett. And this is true. And sometimes criticisms like this, or critiques, if you will help art. They will help it grow. Now, some people probably saw it and said, oh, crap, yeah, okay, maybe we could do something and make those longer. It'll make better sense. But going in and saying, there's too many women in this show, there needs to be fewer women, and why is there so many women, this is woke and all that. Yeah, they're not going to change that. Why? Because who cares about that opinion? That opinion is irrelevant. If it's a good story and it has good character arcs, which we've already seen, these characters do have good character stories. They have great character arcs and development. So that for this situation, it's kind of irrelevant that it's mostly women in the show. But if being a big doo-doo head is your favorite thing to be, then by all means, be a big doo-doo head. If that gets you attention and gets you what you're looking for, then so be it. I'm proud of you. Good job, little buddy. But let me reiterate, I'm not saying don't point out negatives in this show. By all means, do it. That's part of the review process and critiquing. And it does help art grow, like I said before. But with the Ahsoka series, what's going to happen is people are just going to pound their fists, throw their pee bottle against the wall, kick their computers, break toys of Ahsoka or whatever the hell they do, and they're going to just trash it. And that's not going to help anything. Proper critique, proper process. But whatever happens with the AHSOKA Tano series, I'm here for it, and I'm ready to watch it. And I'm going to watch the whole thing, and either I'm going to enjoy it or I'm going to go, okay, that was all right, I guess, and then move on to something else, or go rewatch something else. But I will give my review, and I will give a proper critique with the positives and the negatives. I hope you all can do the same. But just remember, Star Wars is here for us to enjoy. The AHSOKA Tano series is no different. Now, I know a lot of people didn't like the Kenobi series or the Book of Boba Fett or whatever, the Mandalorian Season 3 and all that. And that's okay. You don't have to like it. You don't have to love it. You just don't. It's your opinion, and I would never take that away from you. So keep your opinions real. But to say that there is no redeeming quality in any of those shows, it's kind of far-fetched. There's always something good about anything. Okay, most anything. There was nothing good about Hitler or Stalin. Those guys were just rude. Okay, so let's just say that created art, there's always something positive in it. Maybe not so much in people. Sometimes there's just evil people. That's the way it goes. But let me know what you think in the comments. Are you excited for this show? Do you think it's going to be good? Do you think it's going to be bad? How are you going to critique it when it comes out? I'd really like to know. And I do read all the comments, even if I can't respond to every one of them. I do read them, and you are heard. Oh my God, a YouTube channel that hears what we're saying. That's strange. All right, anyways, before I go, another quick word from our sponsor, me.
If you've made it this far, you're the best there is. If you still haven't subscribed, do it now. Warning, subscribing may not bring forth those who you are attracted to, but your inner peace for doing the right thing will make you sparkle. Not like a Twilight vampire, but more like Zooey Deschanel wearing glitter. If you still haven't subscribed, the 1,000 daughters will be born to you with haste, and they will all become bratty, self-loathing teenagers at the same time.
Thank you all for hanging out with me today and watching my video. I really do appreciate every one of you. This is Gerald, a Star Wars fanatic, signing off, wishing you all great health, happiness, and peace. Thank you for hanging out with me. And this is the way. And remember, positivity in the Star Wars community should be the only way.